Hey, I'm going to take you into the intro and I will be right back. Oh, come on, Sharon.
Home in the valley, home in the city, home isn't pretty, ain't no home for me. Home in the darkness, home on the highway, home isn't my way, home I'll never be. Burn out the day, burn out the night. Can't see no reason to put up a fight. I'm living for giving the devil his due. I'm burning for you. I'm burning for you. Time is the essence, time is the season, time ain't no reason, got no time to show. Time everlasting, time to play these sides. Time ain't on my side, time I'll never know. Burn out the day, burn out the night. Now I want to tell you what's wrong from what's right. I've seen suns that were freezing and lives that were blue. But I'm burning for you. I'm burning for you. Burn out the day, burn out the night. Can't see no reason to put up a fight. I'm living for giving the devil his due. I'm burning for you. I'm burning for you. I'm burning for you. I'm burning for you.
Alrighty. Let's shrink this down. Stop sharing. Now, I just got some interesting info, by the way. Hey, everybody. Brittany J, of course, was doing her usual. I don't know how that girl streams so much with littles. I can't do it. I don't know. But she rage quit several times and then went under members only. But some little fairy was just sweet enough to send it to me, and it is wild. Well, yeah. I might play the audio, at least a little bit of it, but um, primarily I wanted to come on and say hey because I told everybody that I would come on and remind everybody about tonight. I'm still working on the time and stuff for tonight, but and getting the video, both videos. I have to check to see if I was sent the link on the other one. But yeah, hopefully we can pull it together tonight. If not, it'll be tomorrow. But tonight I'll be streaming anyway. Um, let me say hi to everybody. Hey, Life Rewinded. Maybe she's has hopes to becoming the new Betty Rogers. Ooh. Hey, Dark Horse. Hey, Vanity. Hey, Hope. Hey, Language of Horses. Good to see you. Dimple Duck. I haven't seen you in a minute. How are you? Hey, Carl. Hey, Lady Starfire. Hey, Maureen. Hey, Stephanie. You're going out in an hour? I cannot believe how often that Brittany J rage quits. Are you? I'm sorry, but you're not going to come in into my channel. And I was in there when the comments. I mean, well, I wasn't in her chat, but I was in Jones's live last night. Joneson wasn't saying. Joneson wasn't going in her chat starting trouble. She really wasn't. It was Brittany's chat that was doing it and telling Brittany all this stuff to get her going and keep her going. It's insane. Hey, Gma. Hey, it's me, Amberly. Hey, P Fox, how are you? Hey, Purple Haze. Cheesy, how are you, Cheesy Weezy? Hi, Miss Lieberbird. Hey, Gina Marie. Hey, Beer Can. Hi, Be Still. Thor's in the house. Cole, Col. Cole, that's cool. Oh, that doggy's so cute. Hey, Carabri. J Dob. Yeah, this was just another impromptu. I just threw it up. I seen what Betty had to say. It's not a lot. Hey, Melissa. It's not a lot. So I figured let's knock it. Hey, blank screen. Let's knock it out the park with this freaking distorted, delusional. It's bad. It's already one thing when you're delusional, but when your delusions are distorted on top of it, it's a whole shit show. Betty just repeating Betty. Betty can't help herself. She really can't help herself. But guys, boy, last night's live, it was nice. I had just um my go tos. It was a small, but it was a it was still good. My husband's out there busting this. I'm putting the pull pump on, putting the pump motor on, and it already feels the humidity. No, that's not what I wanted. What am I doing? I don't want to play my intro again. Um, it's so humid and so sticky. Yeah, she just did an impromptu live, but of course Betty had some things to say, so I figured we'd help her along. Um, because at the time I didn't know I was sent to Brittany uh, live, and I don't know if she'd strike me for showing it, but I can play the audio. I mean, it is members only. I think you're not supposed to show them when they're under members only or some kind of YouTube etiquette. I don't know. You think it would bother her to do it? Absolutely not. Um, I might. Hmm.
Always on the bigger side as a kid. I was always
What are you doing up?
slightly thicker, big boned. That really continued into adulthood.
Hey guys, I don't know what these glasses on. I hope everybody's doing well. I'm sunburnt. I'm so sunburned. It's nice to see you, Jenny. Hey.
Sorry, guys. My little one came to the door. Hey, Kim. How are you? They're in trouble. He's in trouble. He decided he wanted cereal and toast. So, of course, I made it. I mean, what's there to making cereal? You throw it in a damn bowl. I normally don't give them much cereal, but that's what they wanted. Well, they decided they were going to make a mess of my kitchen from one end to the other. There was milk, there was toast crumbs. Now, mind you, this is all just from a piece of toast. All right. And a bowl of cereal. Yeah, it was, yeah. So they got a timeout because, they're getting too old for that shit. But he gets in his feels. Hey, straight talker. Hey, COVIDs. Yeah, he gets in his feels. If you um put him in timeout or yell at him for something, he right away goes to the 6 and a half, the 6 year old, I'm the baby kind of crap. No, and gets in his feels and wants to cry about everything. So I have to leave the room so that it don't affect me because I'm a pushover sometimes, and I can't. And see, he was told not to get up, but not 5 minutes later, he's at the door knowing I'm going to let him stay up. See, they know how to play me. Hey, Narcykins. All right, let's get into Betty. I'm going to fast forward
You
this.
guys get bed ahead Betty today.
Oh,
My
Lord.
friends
Lady, it doesn't even look like you completely woke up before you fired up alive. How do you do that? I can't, man. I don't like people, no offense, but I don't like people that much that as soon as I open my eyes, I'm going to pop up alive. Not happening. Oh, hey, Wendy. Oh, thank you, Wendy. Thank you so much. Hey, Marie Duffy. Um, could a mod drop Wendy's channel link? She puts out some good info and cheesies. And then anyway, come on, Betty. I don't know how you do it, man. Have some. I won't even turn my camera on when I don't put makeup on. I don't know, but that's just me. I'm just saying I couldn't do it. You just open your eyes. You don't even get out the bed. You got your laptop right there with you. You don't. Yeah, no.
just left. Like we were so exhausted yesterday. Like the it was hot. I mean, hot.
Okay, again, that is your personal choice. You knew it was going to be hot, and shut up about the hot. You've lived in Florida your whole life. Stop it. Stop it. But you chose to be out there in the heat. And I don't know if it's just my camera, but your face don't look all that red, Betty.
Hot. I don't know how the reception's coming in. I'm on cheap hotel internet. Hopefully you guys can hear and see me.
Let's see who got cheesy. Be still. Who else? Whoever got the Stephanie, Lady Starfire. Please thank you, mods. Please thank Wendy for your gifted membership. Hey, Blue Bunker. Thank you again so much, Wendy.
Just fine. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button on your way in. But yesterday was extreme. Like we deal with what does it say here? Hold on a second. Oh, okay. Sorry, it was giving me a message. These new chat boxes, I guess there must be updating something, so now they're giving us. us little messages every time we're here. Jenny, it's nice to see you. Emily, Michelle, Barbosa, good morning. Good morning. Sunshine and coffee, Lori T. It's so nice to see you. My face, like I wore my big
Oh Lord, I was
glasses, and
muted that whole time. Oh Lord, I'm not even turning that mute button back on. There's on it. She says, "Did you hear my parenting tip yesterday? Don't let your kids get away with temper tantrums, or they will grow up to be Betty." Oh Lord, no. See, I am the hard one here. I am the disciplinarian. I will give in a little to an extent. They're 6 and 8. But no, I don't tolerate that. Mm-mm. And if we're out somewhere and you choose to cut up, guess what? There's two of us. One of us is taking you back to the car. You don't get a second chance. You don't get to come back in. I will not be embarrassed by a child having it. Nope. I'm old school. Nope. And they definitely aren't turning out like this thing. Hell to the no.
like now you can see like I don't have to contour for a while. I got the perfect line right here and right
Serial
here. Look at
boomer.
this. Like I am serious. Like I am like
Dad,
done. Like quit
Betty,
working me.
you're barely pink. You are not like burnt red burnt, okay? You're barely pink. Shut up. You live in. Oh my God. I can't. I
Done.
can't.
And my friend Pam,
Look,
that
your
poor
arms
lady,
aren't
she
even
was just
pink. What are you talking about? Your face is barely pink. Just on your chest area, your décolleté area, you had a little bit of pink. Your arms don't even have no pink on them. You're not red burnt. Stop it. Now you want them to grip you money because you decided to stand out front and act like a fool for Donald Trump? Yeah, no.
just like we were both a hot mess. Like our eyes were both like just swollen yesterday from the heat and everything else. It was nuts. It was nuts. Who else do we have? Good morning.
It is cheese, but I have to be. Hey, Gina Marie, I have to be because I want them to understand this is a whole different world these kids are growing up than when I raised my son or even my goddaughters. Um, and all the other kids that have passed through the house. But yeah, they've got to be prepared. Hey, Lurker, they've got to be prepared.
Lisa, JB, Don, Dina. It's nice to see you.
I don't see anything wrong with kids learning how to do things around the house either. I've heard comments, well, what do you mean you're going to show her? She's only going to be 9. So what? She's going to have to do it for herself someday. There's nothing wrong with teaching them how to take care of themselves. Or she's 9. She loves to help me out with stuff. What's wrong with doing it with her and showing her how you sort the laundry? I don't see anything wrong with that. It's not a chore. She's not required to do it. But she likes to learn. She likes to help. There's nothing wrong with that. But people tell me sometimes they're like, "Oh, well, you're being too hard. That's too much for a small child." No, it's not. She's got to learn how to feed herself. She's got to learn how to take care of herself. So does he. In this world, they're 6 and 8. In 10, 15 years, it's going to be even worse for them. No, they need as much knowledge as possible.
Brienne, Donna, true crime addict. It's nice to see you, Carla. Good morning, love bug. Barbosa, I think I've already said hi to you. Sunshine and coffee, cat in the chat. I
Oh,
love
we're
it.
not
I love
listening to that. Come on.
it. I'm like, yeah, I'm just, I wake up. It was Trump was like winding down, but it was so hot. My ears are sunburnt. Pam had already walked back to her car.
Does she ever do anything that she does not constantly whine and complain about? Hey, KCG. Hey, Angel. Hey, Arctic. Hey, Andy.
And so I started making my way. I could hear him winding down. So it's not
Cut your
like,
stick.
I
You
know
cut
how he
yourself?
does that. But we get out to our cars, like Pam and I. Well, there's a few people. There's a few little
Oh, he's
people
putting
that
that pump motor on. And of course, all the fittings were the wrong size. from what we already had. So all that's got to be changed out. And he's just having, not a good time over there cutting that PVC. Yeah, he's just not having a good morning.
that were leaving just a little bit early. And we ended up having to, like, they didn't open the gates to let us out of that thing, out of the uh, arena for like 2 hours.
Um,
We were all sitting there in our
okay,
car.
so now she's going to continue complaining about the Trump rallies that she would sell her soul. Well, wait, she don't have a soul. Well, figure of speech. She would sell her soul to go attend. She's not only going to complain about the one she was just at, but she's going to complain about one that happened a while ago.
Like a freaking parking lot. Everybody was getting frustrated. Everybody was getting like, it was really, really like, excuse my language, piss poor. They had three different exits. They were trying to funnel people out through one exit. They didn't open the exit.
Mm-mm.
And literally people were so sunburnt because it was like 100 degrees out there that people were like getting restless. By the time we got out of there, I think the event closed about 5:30. I don't know. Our cars didn't start moving until like 20 to 8. 20 to 8. Like, I'm burnt. And then of course by this time everybody's trying to get in front of you. Like, I needed oil in the car, you know.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Back it up. Betty, I've heard you on many occasions say how important you are at these rallies, how you front row Joes take credit for controlling the crowd and sitting people and security. You've even said you're security there. Okay.
I didn't check the oil. And since we were sitting there, I needed oil in the car, you know,
What did you
burnt.
say?
And then of course by this time everybody's trying to get in front of you. Like, I needed
Okay.
oil
So if you are so important at these rallies, why didn't you front row Joes handle it?
in the car, you know. I did engine burns oil. It doesn't leak
Okay,
oil,
wait a
but
minute. All that money she just put in that car and she didn't put oil in it. What the fuck? Yeah, what? Dude, maybe you shouldn't use Junkyard Bob as your mechanic. Just saying. Hey, detective. Just saying, I don't know. Almost 4 grand, and you didn't put oil, or your mechanic didn't check the oil after changing out every damn thing on the car. Okay, gotcha.
it burns oil.
I'm going to show you a way to potentially make money by pairing Amazon with the power of AI without ever selling physical products. And
Oh,
I
Betty,
promise
your
you've
ads.
never heard about this.
So I got to be very careful with it.
Hey, Cordy.
And I did all this driving. So I ended up checking the oil. I figured it was, you know, nothing. I hadn't heard anything, you know, the cars.
$17 for oil. Yeah, she's special. Hey, Kiko. Hey, Danielle. Hey, Angela. She probably has a head gasket leak and she didn't fix it. Well, she's had the computer changed, the catalytic converter, the fuel pumps, some other gadgets, and sensors and stuff. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's been running fine, but it barely registered on the dipstick. I'm like, yeah. And we're stuck in traffic. I was like,
I
I was
can't.
freaking out because we just did so much work on this car. And I'm like,
Yeah,
wow.
you just had all kind of work done to that car. Thousands of dollars worth, according to you. But, Junkyard Bob, the mechanic, said he didn't charge you like that. But, hey, you never know. I just still can't believe you didn't check the fucking oil. Okay.
Oh,
You're going to do a road trip, Betty. It's called preparing your vehicle for a road trip. I mean, you check your fluids, you check your tires. I mean, just the usual stuff that you do, just basic common sense. And you claim to be this master mechanic and this master plumber and this master electrician, this master drywaller. you name it, you've done it. Now you're a master dog trainer. It's oh, what are you doing? Putting him in the back? Well, you should see the big turtle my husband has. He's trying to keep him off the road so he don't get run over. Why'd you do? He he probably was looking over there, huh? Aw, he's big, but he's not marked red, so he hasn't been um located as they call him. He's coming right back, Frank. He wants to go out front. Just let him do his thing. He's always trying to save the turtles.
Forgot to check it.
Wow, he's a big
I've
one
been so
too.
busy. And so
He
anyways, long story short, and then Mike, one of our other guys, he was there. He was just rushing it. We all got in at like 3 o'clock in the morning
okay,
on
I'm
his
hearing
car, and we're stuck in traffic. So he's having to turn his there. He should have stopped for gas. I don't know what else to say.
you.
So it was a little
Besides your
crazy.
thumb, we know that.
Um so it was good.
See, that'd have been Betty. She'd have ran that turtle over. She'd have ran that turtle over. She'd have not moved it. She's one of the reasons why we're losing them all. Hey, Emerald Skies. Hey, Francis. All the building and stuff, they're burying the turtles. It sucks. Hey, Terry. She said she changed it before she left Florida, but only drove 3K miles since she left. Yeah, there's no way she did. She has no oil in the car. She's insane.
But I'm going to be in New York. I don't know what's going to happen. He didn't discuss it. Like, these are the times that we get to hear what might be going on,
Betty,
you know.
Trump isn't going to discuss his legal situation or his sentencing with you. Betty, he don't even know who you are. Quit acting like you're almighty important to MAGA, to Trump. You're not. Do you know what a front row Joe is? You're a joke. You're a bunch of grown ass adults that follow this man all over the country and arrive sometimes days earlier just so you can be in the very front seats. That's it. That's all. You're not special. You don't have no privileges. You don't get inside information. You lie and act like you're security and everything else there, but you can't even handle empty in a parking lot. See?
know? So I don't know. I'm sitting here waiting with bated breath to find out what happens, from that whole sentencing thing. And Trump's face is so red. Yeah, because I mean, probably by the end, he seemed like he was fine when he got up there, but I mean, it was hot. I can't describe it other than that. It was just extremely hot. I don't. Like, it's been a long time since I don't even know if I've been at Sarasota. Sarasota was really, really, really hot. That one was awful. They had to stick us in the like Robarts arena and sit us in the air conditioning, which kind of sucked because we were all air conditioned out. And then they decided to go throw us out there in the heat.
Oh my God. You can't win for losing with this woman. Okay, we're going to move on because she's going to complain now about Sarasota, which happened years ago. Anyway.
And it's like afterwards, totally, you couldn't even move, and you were just kind of stuck there. It took
Mm.
2 hours just to go get some food. It took 2 hours to go to the bathroom. That was miserable. Sarasota sucked. I mean, it was good, but it still kind of sucked. I'll say that. So,
Well, but it was
anyways,
miserable.
so we're here. I'm in still in
Hey,
Virginia. I'm
Sammy.
going to be going downstairs and getting some breakfast here shortly. The room I got, my friends were going to, get on the road. They were extremely tired. They shouldn't have been driving. Like, none of us should have been driving. We were so tired. So, long story short, when I got here to this room, like, this is like a suite. Like, it has a couch. It's got a whole kitchen. Like, I didn't realize I rented up like a freaking suite. So it was like when we got here, I'm just like, why don't you guys? Because we were going to go out to eat. And when I saw the size of the room, I just wanted to save the lodging expense. I mean, Greg slept on the couch. Pam, I mean, two girls. I mean, we can pop a squat. You know what I'm saying? And Greg slept on the couch. So It's like, and they just left. They have to make it back to Florida, both of them. They're my
My
Florida family.
husband just
So,
come in and said the bull
but it was
boy is
nice,
done. I'll
it
get
was
you my
nice. It was
bill.
just hot. Oh, Michelle, thank you, thank you.
He got the motor
So we're not
one.
going to be talking about the whole trip. I just wanted to let you guys know that I'm alive. Here, I'm exhausted. I'm not leaving this hotel until I need to leave. I literally, like, I didn't even pull, like, I usually, when I come into hotels,
So
I
what you did is probably had them share the cost of the room with you to stay there. But I don't care. That's neither here nor there. But yeah, okay.
pull out like everything from the car because it's
You
an
don't
opportunity.
realize the night before she stayed in the car. Her car bed. Stop acting like that's not Pam and her family's room, and they let you crash with them. That could be. That could be. I don't know. It happens to me all the time. I come in and no one seems to see me, but I think it's because I say hello and then I start doing stuff and don't pay attention to the chat either. Scooter, how are you, Scooter? I do that too, Lurker. I'll come in, I'll say hi at the beginning. Aw, Petty Pebbles, thank you. Welcome to Poolside. You are now a Poolside misfit. You can be a misfit diver. You can be a SpongeBob, a Mr. Krabs. Whatever you care to be, this pool has it all. And we got goodies, adult goodies. The gummies and the brownies. And, yeah. But I'm guilty of that too. I'll pop in a chat and I'll say hi, and then I'll start doing other stuff, and I'll just be listening, and then people were actually get like, you didn't say, you missed me. I'm like, I'm sorry, I wasn't in chat, so I'm just, I don't know. It's a tough one.
For me to repack and make sure I got everything with me and stuff like that. And I took out like my suitcase. I forgot to even grab the bag that had my toothbrush in it.
But now when you see someone sitting there that you're supposedly friends with, and you say hi, and they're answering everybody's highs or comments above and below you, but not answering yours. Now I don't buy that you didn't see it. You seen the one above it. You seen the one below it. Now that pisses me off. That's rude as fuck. I don't do that to people though. I seriously, if I see somebody say something, I respond back. But like I said, there's times I just walk away because I'm doing things, and yeah.
Don't worry, guys. My
Uh
teeth is
oh,
freshly
you
brushed,
got to put that together too.
minty green. They're clean. They're clean. So
Oh,
that's
it's
like
the
one of
new
the things.
cover
I
for
don't
the
know how I
motor,
missed that because even like when I
the
got to
vented
the
cover.
place where we were camping out, like the first thing I did when I got out of the car, I said hi to everybody and I went straight there and brushed my teeth. First thing I did when I woke up yesterday morning is I brushed my teeth, and then like yesterday,
Okay, why does she think that her chat wants to know that she brushes her teeth? Hey, OPP, and why do you think she's hammering it home so hard? She wants people to think she brushes her teeth, that she has good dental hygiene, or that she has hygiene at all. I don't know.
I didn't have my because you can only bring in so much stuff, so I didn't have my toothbrush, and so I didn't brush my teeth after I ate in the
You do realize you can stick your toothbrush in a freaking pocket. They don't take up no room. All right. And actually, they have those little travel ones, those little disposable ones that you can clean your teeth and your gums with. They're actually really cool. I use them with the kids everywhere when I include them in the budget. But it's good for them to take to school and whatever. But listen, there's ways. It's a toothbrush. It doesn't take up much room. But can we have a more exciting conversation than about your skanky toothbrush?
in the event, which I normally do, but I didn't. I forgot to bring that in.
Who you trying to convince, yourself or your audience? Did you ever hear the saying that you profess too much, Betty? Because you do that all the time. All the time.
If I had it in the bag, then I would have had it here. But oh well, it is what it is. I gotta tell you, I'm slap
It's a
dead exhausted.
toothbrush,
Look at
for
that.
Christ's sake.
Like my eyes are all swollen. Like I got
Um,
this is the most sleep I got. The only bad thing is, I got Pam on one side of me. Actually, it was fine. Like they kind of snore a
okay.
little bit, which they
It
know.
can't be fine because you were starting to complain about them, and then you caught yourself, and you're going to change it up. Gotcha, Betty.
And so everything was fine. They actually didn't do like I've slept with Pam. We've done trips before, and there's been one time that I swear to God, I thought it was
Exactly, Pebbles, and Petty Pebbles, and she's from Florida. Hey, rapper, and she is from Florida. Helly Belly, I love that name. Hey, Limey. Hey, Rebel.
earthquake.
Are you turning it on?
If Pam's watching, she's
Oh,
probably
the
laughing at
kids
me
are
right
going to be
now.
so
But
happy that
she
the pool's
like it was
working
literally
again.
earth
It's been a
shattering.
long week.
How long have you been watching YouTube for? Because what if there was a way that
Too
you could
long.
turn that watching time into a new source of income?
Yeah, tell me how.
And so I'm like, I'm like looking at her, and she's like, yeah, And Greg starts talking about, have you heard her snore? I'm like, yeah, I heard her
Okay,
snore. And so,
so if
and
this is a couple, Betty, why would you have not taken the sofa or the sofa bed, whichever it was, and given the couple the bed? If this was a couple, I don't know if it's a couple, but okay, we're gonna move on to our shit talk.
anyway, so around 4 o'clock, I guess Greg must have couch snoring. I got one next to me in the bed snoring, and I'm just like, and it was all quiet. It was quiet in here, like they were doing really good.
Betty,
And then the alarm.
not, I'm not a doctor, but I have worked in the medical field my whole life. I can tell you that you need to get checked out because you're sleeping, yes. When you start menopause and all that, yeah, all that's out the door. But not to the extreme yours is, Betty. According to you. I don't know. You're alive all the time, so I tend to believe it. But you sleeping for an hour here or 2, 3 hours there, that's messing with your head. Seek help. Seek help.
Alarm goes off on Greg's phone, and I'm like, so I wake up and I'm like, hey, like, what is that? What is that? And Pam is still sleeping. Like I'm talking to them, and they're just sleeping. And I'm like, hey, what's that noise? Hey, Greg's like, yeah, it's my phone. Like, turn that shit off. Goes off. So I get up. I have to go. But I was really me. If you guys don't know anything about me, I'm like deaf in one of my ears. Okay, so I just rolled over. You still feel the vibration of like the earthquake going on in the room, but I was so tired. I was still able to go back to sleep. But I have to be honest with you, they did so much better. Like I remember Pam, like 2 years ago when we were going to CPAC, and but actually they did pretty good. I have to be honest with you, they did pretty good.
Just
Oh, allegedly,
something
it's nice to
else,
see
but
you. Nice
she
to see you.
literally just woke, looks like she just woke up. Didn't move out the bed and just fired up alive. I mean, her eyes, she does, but she did not. She had to reel herself in on that because she did not want. That's not what Betty wanted to say.
And so that was really it. We did have a good time, but there's not really a whole lot. I mean, it was a rally. We're just there for support. We work our butts off to support the way we do. Very very
Mm,
expensive. A lot of my hobbies are pretty much expensive hobbies. But we're
expensive
here.
hobbies, Betty. You can be supportive without running around chasing this man all over the country who don't know you exist. You have a habit of that. Did you give JR back his fork? Little Papa wants his fork back. And he doesn't want to be called Little Papa no more. You have to find yourself a new Little Papa. But you expensive hobbies, Betty, you don't pay for anything. You grift and exploit cases and twist things and manipulate your audience into believing you're working a case when you don't have a job. But you're really going to a Trump rally.
We're supporting.
Hey,
It's what we
Cashmore.
do. We do a lot. We do a lot. I know people don't realize we do, but we do a lot. And we work. All of us in the front row Joes, we all are associated with our community, right? We don't just go to those things. We actually get out there. Like we have delegates. Delegates are front row Joes. We got a lot of people that are in our committees, our local committees. Um, Part of
You are not in none of that stuff. You are the town clown. You go to your town meetings to cry about a water bottle, a disposable throwaway water bottle. and snacks in your meetings that you rarely show up for and don't stay for the whole meeting. When you do show up, you do your quick complaining, and sometimes you'll go up 2 or 3 times if they let you to complain because they put a camera at a red light at the elementary school to help protect children because that camera will slow down some drivers. Like you said, you know it's not going to protect a kid from getting hit, but you're wrong. It could, and you cried about that uh, because it was something to protect the children. To assist with the children. The advocate you are. You cried, and you didn't even go and fight it when they were talking about it. You went and cried about it after the fact, like you always do. You are always late to the game for everything. The camera was already up and working by the time she complained about it. She's more worried about that water bottle and snacks.
The executive committees, and that's kind of the people that you probably don't know this, but you
You aren't on none of those executive committees, Betty. Stop lying to your audience.
have people that have districts, on your little voters registration card districts. Well, believe it or not, you actually have on the Democrat side as well as the Republican side these executive committees, and these are like your local um, Democrat or Republican parties. It's your local ones, and then you have a state one, and everybody kind of falls. You see what I'm saying? So on the local ones, when you have your voters registration and you see your area, your precinct, well, you have precinct representatives. Many of you guys don't know that. You have precinct representatives for the Democrat Party,
He's
and you have
having a hard time with the most.
district representatives for the Republican Party. And those people actually help make decisions. They're literally your neighbors that are part of these things that talk about their stuff. So you're represented, believe it or not, whether you know it or not. Each and every one of you are both represented by the Republican Party as well as the Democrat
Oh, I
Party,
didn't know.
and you're
That's a nice
represented
cover.
by a neighbor, somebody in your
Should be
community
for
that's part
25
of your
freaking
precinct.
dollars for a cover for
So
your
I just
pool motor so that the weather don't beat it to death. Yeah, that's crazy. But
thought
anyway,
that was interesting. I forgot to ever tell you guys that, but every single person gets double representation in your community. If that helps. Like I said, I believe in the yin and the yang.
oh Betty, you don't believe in anything. You you don't help anything. Do I need to go to your county and ask the people in your county if they even know you? Because I heard what a few from your town have to say about you. It wasn't nice, Betty. It wasn't nice. They remember you going to threaten up local politicians to burn his house down. Then you went after a little local reporter because she reported on it and told people who you were.
I don't really have a whole lot to report on Sebastian Rogers, and this is really the case we came out here
Hey,
for to cover
Sharon,
Sebastian
let me
Rogers.
read some comments. Betty, the rally had nothing to do with you and would have been the same without you, and actually probably better without your yeah. Hey Pepper, she thinks it's all about her. I'm going to have to say 80 at this point. I wonder if there is a clean fee on rentals. Did you enjoy my 2024 blowhole Betty cartoon? I might play that. I might share that if you don't mind. Hey, sweetie cake, and she's a child advocate but complained about a measure to help keep children safe. She's something. Yeah, she went to the meeting after they'd already decided that they were doing it and putting the camera up. And a kid had just gotten hit. Um, Kids get hit all the time going to these school buses down here because there's nowhere to walk but the road, or going walking to the school. Uh, she was mad that they were wasting taxpayer dollars because she thought it was totally unnecessary and it wouldn't make a difference anyway. And that councilman was so mad at her. He turned around and he asked her. He said, "Ma'am, how many kids does it take for it to be, for to be okay to do this? How many kids need to get hurt, get hit by a car?" He said, "One, two, three." She shut up so quick. I have that. I played it on my channel. I'll have to bring that clip up and show you. You want to see Betty shut up real quick? She shut the hell up. She was actually complaining, and she said it wouldn't do any good, and it wouldn't matter. It was insane.
And then I kind of got
And then she went back to crying about not being able to have a water bottle and snacks.
I got a little, ice cream sundae, right? Somebody calls me and said, "Hey, did you know you need to be over here in Virginia?" And I'm like, "Okay, that's kind of a break, a nice break from the mundane, from all the stuff and everything like that." But we went and posted flyers around the community, as many of you know, and it obviously triggered, absolutely not in a positive way either, triggered an entire family.
No, Betty. You look at you. You can't even look straight at your camera because you know you're lying. You tried to trigger that family. That's why you went specifically where they live on the streets they live on and plastered them with your flyers. You were trying to get a response and you did not. So after a couple days, you not getting what you wanted, you manufactured all this drama and blamed it on them when it was you. And what's even worse is the people that are believing her. Brittany J's in this chat this morning, back in Betty. Ever since, now she always said she didn't like Betty, she didn't support Betty, and she stayed away from Betty. But ever since Seth came into her chat the other night and told her, "No, you need to rethink that. You need to redo that. Betty wasn't wrong." She has been up Betty's ass ever since Seth told her to do that. And just like the little bitch she is, she ran and did it. Okay? But yeah. Hey, Amanda.
But it was Chris and his family.
Don't spend another
It wasn't Chris
time
and
on
his
Amazon
family
until you watch this first.
Watch this. I can show you.
Betty and her ass.
And it just made me realize
Chris and his family did absolutely nothing to you, Betty. Absolutely nothing. You stalk these people. You harass these people. You throw false allegations, accuse them of horrific things, doing things to Sebastian. You call them liars. I mean, you have done nothing but harass this family. They've done nothing to you. You have threatened this family. I have it on my channel, Betty. You threatened the Proudfoots. You threatened the Bower Sox. You went there looking for trouble, Betty. You stalked that man. You found where he was. Oh, the pool turned on. Moose, you're amazing. You're the best pool guy ever. He's looking at me like, yeah, it's a pain in my ass. He saves us a ton of money when he can do that stuff, Pool guys aren't cheap. But Betty, you done it all. No one is following you. No one is stalking and harassing you from their side at all. And not anybody I know. I can't say little Papa isn't doing something with you because you won't leave him alone. But you won't leave him alone. So, that you leave him alone. And he'll leave you alone. He don't care about you. He done moved on. A long time ago, like you should have, but you refused to, just like Seth. Y'all are stuck in this cycle that you can't break. But no one's doing this stuff to you. You have a seriously distorted reality. Your delusions, and I didn't even think it was possible to distort delusions. But Betty, you've done it. You've done it. And in that twisted little pea-sized brain of yours, I think you believe some of this stuff. That's scary. And another thing is the people in your chat feeding into this, feeding this fire, encouraging your crappy behavior, and also spying for you. They need shut down. I'm sorry, they need shut down. You have no right to violate someone else's privacy, Betty. That's not part of the First Amendment. It doesn't give you the right to violate somebody else's First Amendment rights.
I think when I was here that, one, we're on the right path. And two, I have never in my life seen a parent or a family get angry about seeing a missing person flyer of their child.
No one was angry because you were putting up missing person flyers, Betty. No one was angry about that. It's the harassing, the stalking, the false allegations, the lying about them. You had no business even being there. It's 4 months later, Betty. You went to these people's homes. You streamed it on your channels, their private residences, their vehicles. You followed that man. You found out where that man was, and you went there and you sat there waiting on him. You know you did. Then you chose to take off like a bat out of hell and follow him. Hey, Remy. Hey, Revival.
Missing. Angry. And I want to tell you that. Those people were angry that those signs were placed.
They were
And
not angry the signs were placed. Betty, if you were a true searcher and you really cared, you would have did a hell of a lot better job placing those signs and posters. You wasted them, essentially. You put them up where they didn't need to be put up, Betty. You plastered their little local neighborhoods, the Bower Sox and the Proudfoots. You went to their home and started from there. That's what you did, Betty. It wasn't because you care. Because if it was about Sebastian and getting the word out, you would have used those in better locations, Betty. You don't think the neighbor next door or across the street, you don't think they don't know that Sebastian's missing? Like I said, you did it to get a reaction out of them, and you did not. So you created your own, in my opinion. And this is just my opinion. It is covered under fair use, Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Might want to read it, bet you got a federal hearing coming up, conference coming up about, copyright issues. You might want to do a little brushing up on that and not the night before or an hour before because you already don't know what you're talking about. She is 100% gaslighting her audience, always. Hey, Amanda, her subs are just as bad. They believe everything she says, even when she clearly contradicts herself, always. They were angry because she calls them murmurers. Exactly, Revival. She knows those signs will be removed from their neighborhood being on utility poles. She knows it's against the law. We wasted those posters. I know they had the wrong info, but still had his pick. Exactly. She puts them where she knows that they are going to. Hey, Phoenix, good to see you. The kids are playing with their magnet blocks. They just love those things. They build all kinds of stuff. But this is insane, Betty. You did all these things.
and they weren't just placed in their community, but they were placed literally all.
No, primarily that's where you placed them. Betty, you was in the Bower Sox community when you found the man. It's not that big of an area. They live on the outskirts. They live, they don't live smack in the middle of a big city.
over the county. They were placed.
And you put them on telephone poles, Betty. You knew they were going to get taken down. That's why you did it. So you could blame the Proudfoots for doing it, yet again with no evidence. And it's corroborated because people in her chat told her so. She'll say, but it's rumor, but then she'll turn around and say, well, Chris was doing it. And I know he was.
On the main road that he obviously, he went missing from a community and down a road. Okay, that's all the stuff that we have.
No,
So all
you
of that
put
has
it on
been
the main road that the Proudfoots and the Bowersogs use. That's why you put it on those main roads, Betty. The whole way to their home. That's why you did it. No other reason, Betty. You're not good at this, Betty. You're not clever. You are as see through as a piece of glass, a shard of glass.
has been covered. Anybody that comes in and everything like that. I heard that whoever is in that community, I don't know if it was residents of that community or Chris Proudfoot himself or their family, but I heard that every single one of those signs inside the community and maybe outside.
Welcome into Poolside Misfits. Our pool's back on today. It's running right now. I am so stoked. You don't know. It's been so hot and sticky down here, and my kids have been heartbroken. I am not. My little one, he gets in his field, feels bad, and he's been so upset about this pool situation. To where we've done huge bubble baths. I've turned the sprinklers on, but they gotta have something to do. But they are so happy. And you know what? Any other time, it don't bother me about the pool. I can give two shits about if it's here or not. But when you don't have it and it's hot and sticky and sweaty, you want to jump in it. But yeah, anyway, it's weird.
Of the community have been
But
removed.
he just saved us several $100s by putting the pump motor on himself. Yes, I got my own pool guy.
And people try to say that was not happening. That was not happening. So there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We did confirm that yes, it is happening. We do know who's doing it. I was threatened while I was there. You guys watched.
Okay, wait a minute. There is no if and buts about it. You confirmed it that it's being done. And by who? No, you haven't, Betty. No, you haven't. You have shown no receipts of anything. And Betty, you weren't threatened. But you threatened people. You've threatened several people. You're not the one being threatened. You are the one doing the threatening. You are the aggressor, Betty. No one's putting your life at risk like you keep crying about to grift more money. Don't worry, these new people, this is all gonna die down eventually. These new people will move on. They may not unsub you, but you're still gonna lose the numbers because they're not gonna watch you no more. And then there's others that they're like you, they're tunnel rats. They're stuck and they can't get out. And then there's the ones that are as twisted as you are.
They can paint it and twist it and turn it and churn it anyway. From Sunday, we all watched what happened out there. We watched me go in, not bother anybody. We watched them literally try to incite people, saying I was there.
Good one, Revival. I was thinking about doing that, taking the crime tour / tragedy pimps, aka trauma vultures, and coming up with little awards for them. I started doing something with that like 6 months ago, maybe longer, and I never finished it. I might do that. It's probably been like 8 months ago. It's been a while. Because I didn't want it to seem like I was trying to copy anybody, because I wasn't going to do just all the channels, just this group of vultures. But I never, yeah.
For things that I wasn't there for, when I was very, very clear on why I was. So they're inciting people with lies, saying that I'm doing stuff that I'm not doing. They're telling their audience and everybody else that I'm literally committing crimes and that they need to report me to law enforcement.
Betty, no one was lying about you or misinforming. You're outright lying to your chat right now. There was a question asked about, and you were threatening this person, and you actually called law enforcement and lied to them about this person. Allegedly, you did. Don't worry, FOIA requests are in. Anyway, Body cam footage too, Bets. I want it all, baby. I want it all. Unlike you, I'm going to show it. Uh,
And then when they report me to law enforcement, they're lying to them saying I'm swerving all over the road because
I don't believe you were reported to law enforcement, and if you were, it was by a local, not by a YouTuber, or as you call it, a hate channel. You're the one that waved the police officer down, Betty. He was not pulling you over. He was on the opposite side of the road. You waved him down. You were pulled over. So he did a U-E and came up behind you. Now we turn our lights on. But what's one of the first things you're taught as a young driver? If you're pulled over by the police, stay in your car. You hopped out that car quicker than the car stopped because you didn't want nothing heard. Even I'm not sure if he's your buddy anymore. It's weird. Spanky old boy, you need to quit flip flopping. Because one minute you calling her the Bullhorn Strangler, you telling her she's wrong, she can't be putting that stuff out to people, that she's taken your content and words and twisted it up 3 or 4 times, and you can't say she's the one that waved the police officer down and then turn around and say, but she was the one being harassed and she was the one pulled over. No, she pulled him over, essentially. But I'm not sure if he's your friend because he can't make up his mind. So listen, that's get a grip on reality, a serious grip, because, honey, you're losing it. Let go of the fork, give it back to little Papa, cut all ties, get out of the past, and move on. You've done lost that little pea-sized brain of yours.
they thought I was going to go over to Jonathan's, have a steak and drink. I don't know what I can do to make these idiots because and I just want to show you guys, if they knew so much about me, then they should know my routines at this point, 3 years later, right? You would think that if they knew who I was, they should know my routines. And anybody knows me, knows that I do not drink when I work. I have been
You are such a liar. You are such a liar.
working
I've got video clips proving otherwise, Betty. See, I'm not just saying it. I'm not the receipt, but I have receipts. Bets, I will dig them up for you and I will put them out. I will.
an extremely a lot of work hours. I don't drink alcohol. Okay, occasionally I'll have a drink here or there, but I do not drink
But
alcohol.
you don't drink alcohol, but occasionally you'll have a drink here or there. But she doesn't drink alcohol. Huh? Yes, she does. I've got clips of her drunk.
It's not part of my daily process. If you know anything about me, I
Mm.
drink tea, coffee, water,
You like substances, but you like the drinky drink too, Betty.
Diet Coke, Diet Dr. Pepper, Coke Cherry Zero.
And I'm sorry, but after what you said about Forgotten Whispers, I could never have any iota of anything for you. You are a piece of shit.
Okay, if you guys haven't figured that out after 3 years, I don't know what to tell you. Now I could trigger people. I can do that really well. Guys, you guys need to just calm down here. I don't know what you guys are thinking. I mean, I can do things if I really wanted to.
Why, when you are watching someone that you call a hate channel, and you do this quite a bit, you try to imitate us hate channels after you watch our content. And I know for a fact you've watched me, Betty, because of some of the things you've said. You'd have had to watch the stream to get it. So I know I don't know if you do it on how often, but I do know you have watched me. And you also put one of my thumbnails in your frivolous lawsuit. Um, Thanks for the shout out, by the way. I don't know if it got anything for me, but hey, at least just shouted me out, I guess. Guys, do me a favor, hit that like. Let me know what you think. Sub up if you're not subbed up. And we also have poolside memberships. You could be a poolside misfit. And it's running. It is freaking sitting there running right now. I am so happy. The kids will be we're out when it's time for my. Oh, don't forget about. Hopefully, it's going to be tonight. In fact, I'm going to message her right now. I'm going to have one of the TikTok creators on that has all the deets on the situation with Tony and his girls and his crew of Repo Man, Delta, and not sure ex retired canine cop. Not sure, that's a question mark. If he was really even a cop, these people. But I knew that Delta was no lawyer from the get go. But anyway, yeah, I'm hoping that, and she's got the videos that will show you how gross these people get for Seth and Tony, the lows they go to. What happened on that live was really bad, and it shouldn't have happened. It should never happen. I don't give a shit what it is. I dislike this woman, but I will never do something like that to her, to anyone. It's not my place. It's not my business. And it damn sure isn't the internet's business.
Fair.
But I'm hoping I'm going to find out what time she's going to be available. She said it'd be this evening. So I'm hoping not to have to do a late live. If it's going to be too late, then I may just do it tomorrow because it's not fair. So I got some messages. People like were upset that I've been going so late. So I'm going to try to do some earlier because I don't, I don't like upsetting anybody, you know? And it's just hard with the kids home right now. But yeah, my summer hasn't adjusted well.
Fair. These are just idiots. But no, they were trying to get me literally thrown in jail for content
Mm,
while I was on my live. Like what kind of, and they're trying to act like that's not true. They're actually trying to say that I was following, um, that I was trying to follow and harass Terry Bowersox. That's
you did. You actually did it. I don't know anybody trying to get you thrown in jail, Betty. You can't be thrown in jail for putting signs on a telephone pole. You can be given a citation, but not thrown in jail. Um, I, but your behavior on Terry Bowersox could get you an RO and possibly could get you arrested because you pulled out like a bat out of hell and you followed that man and then you jumped out your car and verbally assaulted that man because you knew he wouldn't do nothing. You knew it. He was not behind you following you, Betty, and you know that. You were sitting there waiting for him to pull out of that shopping plaza. That's what you were waiting for, Betty. That whole area is really weird how the roads are there. It's like how just how it's all set up. But yeah, Betty, you weren't even good at that. It was you could see through every bit of that. Just like with your fake call at the hotel room. You are so freaking stupid. You sit there on camera pushing the button down thinking nobody can see you. And it's just this oh my god, Betty, you're not good at this. You're not. And I know you're going to try to use this as evidence in court. I'm telling you what, do yourself a favor. Don't do it. You've got that judge, you will have that judge beyond livid with you. Probably already there because you didn't listen and refile the same crap and didn't file what you were supposed to file. You better get hard on that, by the way. It's going to get thrown out again. Don't worry. I'm just hoping the courts finally had enough of you wasting time and money and resources, the court's resources, for legit lawsuits, Betty. Instead, they have to waste time on your frivolous lawsuit full of lies. But you will be filing this shit. I know you will. And you know what? Ease up on the emails to the attorney. Why do you think you need to send constant emails of harassment? You're such an idiot. You really don't get it. The court's going to see all those emails, Betty. You really don't get it. You really think that everything you do is righteous. Mm. Ooh.
they're putting on their hate channels. And I was literally on my live the entire time, walking, showing you guys flyers and everything else, and we were driving around, and I was showing you the community, and we were actually posting flyers live when they were calling
What I miss?
law enforcement on
Hey,
me.
Brad.
So this idea that I
She's beyond slandered. She slandered the fame. Cut up. What happened? What did I miss? It it might maybe it was an accident by Revival because Revival wouldn't do that unless there's a reason to. And neither would Hope. You two are like, is everything okay? Everything good? Okay.
was looking for him, like you guys were there for the entire ride. Not one time were we talking about Terry Bauer socks. Nor was I considering one iota that people were trying to literally have me thrown in jail for not breaking the law.
Nobody was trying to have you thrown in jail. And Betty, technically you did break the law. You were driving like an idiot. You were putting, you know, flyers up on telephone poles, utility poles. Yeah, you were following that man, Betty. You're not a PI, even though that's what you want to be. You can't, or you'd have done it. But you're not a PI, Betty. You're not an investigative reporter. You do not have a job. Well, I take that back. You do have a job. Your job is to annoy the hell out of any victim and their families. That's your job. Harass and stalk and accuse. Okay. So you do have a job. She's a degenerate.
If you need insurance from a change in life, like
Hey,
you
her,
left your job,
her
got a
ass
husband
didn't
and wife,
too bad this
turned
time.
26.
Thank God.
That is some craziness. And so we did find out who's making the threats. That was another thing that we were saying. We
Who?
wanted to know who was taking the signs down. We wanted to know who was threatening the searchers out there. We got all
Searchers were not being threatened, and you know that. That all started because of JLR's lying bullshit. He got bent out of shape because he, number one, they had to leave federal ground, federal land. Not a, okay, that's not a threat. Number two, he got bent out of shape because he was told he couldn't live stream. And he started the misinformation. And anytime any group came in to help, he would put out lies about them. You know that. Stop it.
those answered. We wanted to know if Chris made it to
Hey,
work at
Music
5:15
City
in the
Mom.
morning. We found an answer, right? We wanted to learn a little more about
15 lot searches don't count, Betty. Yeah, she would not leave that area. That parking lot, oh no, because she knew that he was there. Come on, she's got somebody sending her pictures of them in church or at an ice cream shop. She knew where Mr. Bowersox was. She knew. I truly believe she knew. And she was laying in wait for him. It's running fantastic. It's so quiet. It's
Chris
totally
Proudfoot
quiet.
for finding those answers. I will be in White House in Gallatin doing my work. You know, we're going to be following his path. It sounds like he has had a lot of problems as a as a teenager.
This is what I mean. Who the hell do you think you are? What does his life as a teenager have anything to do with Sebastian being missing? It is none of your business, and it doesn't have anything to do with this. Betty, you are pushing the wrong family. This family will and has the ability to sue you. And trust and believe you will not win. And I really hope they do come after you. I really, truly do. Because that's the only thing going to shut you up.
I'm interested in learning about. He's had a lot of problems. You know, we're going to be following his path. It sounds like he has had a lot of problems as a as a teenager.
See how she tries to gloss over that part? Well, as a teenager. Because her audience isn't smart enough to pick it up. She has no business digging into Chris's life. None. None. Where's my beer can? I miss my beer can. I hope she's doing okay.
I'm interested in learning about those problems because those problems tell me who he is as a man. Who he is as a man. How he was raised, what his childhood was like, tells me exactly who I need to
You
know.
have no idea about his life, Betty. You make it up as you go along. And you take the rumors from your chat and the Facebook group and you run with it. You know JLR puts out trash and you run with it. It doesn't matter what his life was. It has nothing to do with this.
He is as a man. Why? Because I can look at my own life, look at my own
Yeah,
childhood, and
I
understand why
agree,
I am.
Lenny. I think that they need to go get an RO against her. I do. I think they need to get a restraining order against Betty. At this point, I really do. Because she is so deep. And now, in her mind, she's feeling betrayed and sold out by JLR. On top of that, this is the first time that Betty has ever had total free reign with a family member on board, the father on board, running her crap too. That's she's like I said, I didn't think Betty could find any lower lows, but she has. She has.
Who I am as a woman. So your history does dictate to who you are today, right? I can look at my own life, look at my own childhood, and understand why I am who I am as a woman.
What? Betty. He was at work. He wasn't there when Sebastian went missing. His childhood has nothing to do with it. Neither does his teenage years. You need to go back and look at yourself because you're not a good person, Betty. You are not. I'm sorry for saying it, but she is not. It is what it is. Oh my God, I gotta go back to Jacksonville Tuesday. Fuck. That's up my week. This woman is not a good person. I'm sorry. And yeah, she is a bully. Hey Patricia. The cops like us will be able to see she had an ulterior motive for putting those flyers up because they would. Why would anyone need to put the flyers up on the properties of the family of the missing child? Exactly. She did it to evoke a response, and she didn't get one, so she created. I agree, she's dangerous. She's too egotistical to think she's in the wrong ever. Oh, yeah. I've never seen anything like her yet, me neither. She'll make her delusions fact. In her mind, and in her audience's mind, the incident the other day should be enough. Yes, it should be. It really should be. And I wish that they would do that just for their own safety. You know, Chris has got to go to work. Life goes on. You have to pay the bills. You have to keep the roof over your head. That leaves Katie with that little girl in that house home alone. I'm sorry, but at this point, I wouldn't risk anything. Betty has got people so riled up against them that they are following these people, stalking these people, and sending her the videos and the pictures. It's insane. I would get an RO, definitely.
So your history
And
does.
they can go get an emergency TRO and have her served while she's there. Because she's going to, according to her, she's going back to that area today. She was headed back. They could get her served right then and there. I'm sorry, but I'd do it. But that's me.
Does dictate to who you are today, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Oh,
we
hey
know who
River,
you
it's nice to
are.
see you.
You're a real piece of shit.
Ginger, the real me too.
So
Danita,
is that why you're a real piece of shit? Because you were such an asshole your whole life, your own words. You were a very problem child and a very problematic teenager, and all through your 20s and 30s and still in your 40s. So, yeah, okay.
Nice to see you, Holly. A few people came in here. Outer Banks, it's nice to see you. Sherry, Maui girl. Oh, Nola's mama. Sweet Jones, it's nice to see you as well. Did I say hi to you, me too? If I didn't, hi, love. I hope everybody's doing well. Hopefully the chats are doing well. I try to slow the chats down a little bit, so when it gets it's a little light in here today, I can probably take it off. But when it's not so light and people are in
What's
here
the
and just
matter,
going,
love?
it's hard to read all the stuff in the chat. You know, it's sad they took the flyers down. Now that's what I'm hearing. It could be rumors. Where they didn't take them and people are just making the rumors. But I have to
Okay,
think.
now you remember a couple minutes ago she said that she knows for a fact she's proved it that it was Chris taking down the flyers. Now she's saying they are, but then she's saying it's rumors. Listen to her.
Think as angry as they got.
Betty, they didn't do anything. They didn't go near you. You went to them. You wanted a response out of Chris and Katie, and you didn't get one, so you made one up.
I have to at least assume that they probably ripped him down.
No, you can't, and you can't say that. Oh, that tongue hanging out. In fact, you said it. You said that it was him. Don't worry, it's at the beginning of this live. I'll clip it for you, Bets. I'll clip it for you. You have no proof it was him. None whatsoever. None. But here we are. Here we are. Why won't it show the event on my iPad? Or not iPad, it's generic tablet. Don't insult the iPad.
Chewy's here. No. Hey, wait, come back.
So I get an ad. I wanted to screenshot that, but it's giving me a hard time. Her tongue's sticking. I got enough screenshots. She doesn't.
But you know what? He could answer for himself. Like, hey, Chris, why are you taking the signs down in your community of your missing son, your missing stepson? Hey, Chris, why are you threatening people that come in there looking for?
Okay, Chris isn't threatening anybody. Chris isn't taking any signs down. Betty, do you have any proof of any of this? You don't. You just said it was rumor, but you also said it's him doing it. So, yeah. He's not taking signs down. He actually made signs and put signs up. And that's when you all were accusing him of taking them down before.
Child, because he can't say I've reached out to him or I did anything to disturb
Oh,
him.
yes, you did. You've reached out to Chris several times. You would do anything to talk to him and Katie or to get footage of him and Katie. You would think you would have something worthy of an Oscar. You tried to get footage of them.
Not one thing. I definitely didn't threaten him. I've definitely never threatened.
You have threatened him and Katie and the Bauer Soxes. Yes, you have.
Anybody. I don't do that. You know why? It's a crime. That's why I don't threaten.
You're a liar. You have threatened Queen. You have threatened Burnt Toast. You have threatened Cluminati. You have threatened the Proudfoots, the Bauer Sox, the Wells. I mean, it just, the list, you threatened me. The list goes on and on and on.
People. It's a crime. When I threaten him, I threaten to use my mouth. I might show up to your door, knock on your door.
That's illegal.
That's the worst thing that can happen.
That's harassment and stalking. You're not allowed to do that, Betty. You definitely aren't the legal eagle you claim.
Oh, Lee, that was, I know what you're talking, but that was bad. Like that was, I can't believe they allowed Biden to do the presidential debate. They should have just made up an excuse. That was bad. Like bad. So I don't know what they're going to do at this point. I think they need a new candidate. I don't know what to say. If it's going to be a competition.
Now you're going to tell the Democratic Party what to do. Betty, I didn't watch the debate because I knew what I knew. No, I didn't. And I would imagine she didn't watch much of it either, because Betty's a tunnel rat. She gets in that tunnel, she can't get out. no matter what you put in front of her. She could actually eyewitness something, and it still she would stay that tunnel rat.
Just for the Democrats and my that come here and watch this true crime, I think you guys need to talk to your party. I think you guys need a different. If you guys even have a chance, I don't know if Biden has that much support, guys. I mean, seriously, but we'll see. I mean, we'll see.
Okay, so now she's trying to convince her Democrats in her chat to. I can't.
You're doing great. Don't back down. Oh, I'm not going to back down from that. I don't let people threaten me because that makes them feel like they can control. They can control another person. Like this is America. You don't get that option. You get to control.
Eddie, you've nonstop done nothing but drama for how many days now? That's why you are not taken serious as a true crime channel. And you're not, Betty. You are not. You are a drama channel with some true crime thrown in. That's it. That's all. Nobody is threatening you. You have been doing the threatening, but I sound like a broken record and I'm really getting tired of it.
Control yourself. You want to do something for your family, do that for your family. Controlling a perfect stranger or threatening a perfect stranger, but I'll get hit in the face.
Is that not what you've done? Wait a minute. What the fuck? What freaking alternate universe are we in? She's supposed to save this stuff for self reflection Sundays. Because I would review her on a Sunday because she would do this whole rant about everybody else doing all this stuff that she's actually the one sitting there doing. So I called it her self reflection Sundays. But now she's starting to do it like every day of the week. I guess maybe that's her way of dealing with what the awful things she does. I don't know.
And I will record it as I'm falling down. And I'll also record those silver bracelets getting on you.
Wait.
And I will record it that for your family, controlling a perfect stranger or threatening a perfect stranger, but I'll get hit in the face. And I will record it as I'm falling down. And I'll also record those silver bracelets getting on you and you going in there. And I'm also a very like I talk legalese.
No one, Betty, you don't talk legalese. You don't know what the hell you're talking about 99.9% of the time. You're wrong on 99.9% of the time that you try to talk legalese. You're a clown, Betty. You think the law tubers, they probably, if they even know you exist, they laugh. But Betty, you don't scare anybody. Nobody's intimidated by you. You cause all this. You get what you put out, Betty.
I go to a judge and I'll talk to him, right? And trust me, you're gonna get in trouble.
Oh, we know how you tried to twist up the lawsuit, Betty. I do, because I've reviewed you for over a year and a half. You have never come out and fired up a live specifically about the lawsuit after just having a hearing. You never just break out alive and don't include your 20-minute TikTok intro. And you only did it because court didn't go your way that day and you knew it was going to get out and you were trying to get ahead of it to spin it because the idiots in your audience actually believe your shit because they are stuck in that tunnel with you. You all are tunnel rats and you can't get out to see the truth. But Betty, I called it the morning you did that live and you know it, didn't I, Betty? I said, Betty, what are you hiding? What happened? Well, we found out you were totally lying. Shocker.
Care. You can't touch people. And why would people be on it talking about true crime?
That's when everything got dismissed, Betty.
When most true crime is related to violence and then be violent themselves. That doesn't sound like their heart's in the right place, does it? Just say it. Doesn't sound like their heart's in the right place.
No, yours isn't. I don't even think you have one. I think you're soulless too, my opinion. And no, I didn't put music on, but my banner's on. Okay. And I fair used the hell out of this so she can kiss it. Betty, you are totally into violence. You know what the good old Dr. Phil always said. Do you know, Betty? Did you ever watch Dr. Phil? He says, relevant past behaviors are the predictor of future behaviors, Betty. And I messed up the words, but
Because we don't threaten people around here. We don't threaten people with
Uh-huh.
bodily harm. We absolutely denounce it. And quite frankly, if it was even
You don't threaten people. Oh my
somebody
lord.
I
There's
totally
Beer
disgrace and
Can.
totally dislike, um, I would probably be standing up here on this thing and saying, "Look, guys, it's wrong. I don't care what you say about it. If the shoe was on the other foot, I do speak the truth. Whether I like it or not, it still falls out. Okay. So if this was happening to
what did
somebody
she,
I liked,
what did she? I gotta back that up. I'm sorry. I
I
gotta back
absolutely
that up. What
it's
did
still
she just
if the
say?
shoe was on the other foot, I do speak the truth. Whether I like it or not, it still falls out. Okay. So if this was happening to somebody I
Oh, one more time.
look, guys, it's wrong. I don't care what you say about it. If the shoe was on the other foot, I do speak the truth. Whether I like it or not, it still falls out. Okay.
you, you you speak the truth. Okay, look. I often ask you for these things and I never get them, but I'm gonna ask again. I need the where, the when, and the what truth. Okay, come on now.
So if this was happening to somebody I liked, I absolutely would put my foot down as well. This is absolutely disgusting. It's a very dangerous practice. These people are playing with fire, and we know that they're trying to get me hurt because their friend is being sued by me. So there is that. And I'm getting sick and tired of them thinking that my life is over a lawsuit and over them not being able to shut their fucking mouth, excuse my language.
At Consumer Cellular, we pride ourselves on giving you fast, reliable.
I we are on a whole nother freaking planet. We are on a whole freaking nother. I mean, we're not even. It's like a dimension that's never been heard of. This is insane.
Bodily harm, not being able to shut their fucking. And I'm getting sick and tired. Their friend is being sued by me. So with fire, and this is absolutely disgusting. It's a very dangerous practice. These people are playing with fire, and we know that they're trying to get me hurt because their friend is being sued by me. So there is that.
Okay.
And
No one is trying to get you hurt, Betty. I don't want to see you physically hurt. You're bringing that on yourself. You're pushing a family of a missing child beyond the brink of sanity. That's why I'm hoping that they go legal with an RO and shut you up. You need a TRO, Betty. They need protection from you. They need to go legal because that is the only thing you do understand. To shut up then. I mean, you don't know the law. You're not a lawyer like you've claimed in the past. Remember, you claimed to be a defense attorney for 10 years? Yeah, Betty. Don't worry. I still have that clip. Um, you got some certificate out of a Cracker Jack box and you think you're the legal eagle of YouTube. You're a clown. You're a joke.
I'm getting sick and tired of them thinking that my life is over a lawsuit and over them not being able to shut their fucking mouth, excuse my language. They're wanting to cause me bodily harm.
No one has ever said they wanted to cause you bodily harm that I've seen. Now you have a lot of haters, Betty. You have a lot on TikTok. You have a lot everywhere. Anywhere on social media, there's Bullhorn Betty haters because of your own behavior, your own actions. But I've seen anybody want bodily harm to come to you. Betty, sadly, and Lord help me, but I got to say this. That is something you thrive for. You want something to happen so badly so you can be the perpetual victim and grip the hell out of it. I truly, truly believe that. If anybody would ever want any physical harm to come to themselves, it's her. She would thrive on that. I could be wrong. That's just my opinion. I told you she's gonna try to use all this shit and try to and file something in court attaching all this bullcrap that has nothing to do with the lawsuit or Queen Bee to bog down the attorney with yet another frivolous filing and the court. I just wish this judge would say enough is enough. I think the judge needs to. It's been drug out long enough. She's ignored court orders, outright ignored them, has refused to cooperate in any way. I think that, and it's already been most of it's already been dismissed once. It needs to be done. It needs to be done and out.
Well, you know what? I've listened to it long enough. I know where the problem's coming from. I can link it all back. I've got it all recorded. I've got all the documentation, and I've got all the police recordings and everything else related to this. I'm over it. If you guys are going to sit here and
Eddie, you can't link anything. Take your false, fake receipts that you don't show to the court. Go ahead, Betty. I've already proven how you lied in the court papers. I showed the clips of what really happened. Nothing like what you said. You can't link none of this because it has nothing to do with your lawsuit or the people in your lawsuit. The person, I should say. You can't prove what doesn't exist, Betty.
support somebody literally wanting to cause violence to another person, then get the fuck out of true crime. You're not needed.
Who wanted to cause violence to you? Who? Where's the proof of this?
Here. Actually, you are a problem that's going to cause somebody
I
seriously
see the proof you submit to the court. It's not proof, Betty. It actually shows how wrong you are and that you're the one behind most of the crap. Yeah.
harm. What means that somebody's going to be on our channel that you put there.
Lord.
People don't like listening to that. Oh no, it's just YouTube. Really? Do you know how many YouTubers, how many other content creators have been walking on their lives and got shot in the head?
How many, Betty?
If you don't believe
Not that many, Betty. Not that many, Betty. Just, just putting it out there.
me, look it up on Google. This is no game. I don't take it as a joke.
If you didn't take it as a joke, then you would shut the hell up because you cause all this, Betty. You lie and you manipulate your audience. Because none of this is happening to you. Your warped little brain is not in any way near reality. It's just not.
If I let you know my location, that's because I feel comfortable enough to let you know my location.
Betty,
If I
you
don't
brag about everywhere you're at because you need a pat on the back all the time for every little thing you do. You need a pat on the back for firing up a live when you just opened your eyes, didn't even get out the damn bed. You need a pat on the back because you put up a flyer. There's no way you do it and not talk about it. You've got to have that attention, that acknowledgement.
don't let you know my location, it's for safety reasons. So if somebody is
the only time you try to hide it is when you lied and manipulated your audience, telling them you were going to work a case when you were really going to a Trump rally. Are you kidding me?
doxing my actual location, not my home address, not my name.
Well, no one's doxing. That's
My actual
not a
location while I'm
dox, Betty, but okay.
doing work on a missing child that could have most likely been murdered, right?
Yeah, Betty, a missing child. Stop saying that stop it. You created this drama, Betty. You did. You thrive on this drama, Betty. I had a screenshot.
And you're sending the murderers to my front door, and you don't think that that's going to cause me problems?
Who sent murmurers to your front door? I don't know anybody who's done that. And nobody showed up at your front door because if they did, you'd have had it all over social media. Stop it.
This is the second or third time they've done this because they did this in front of Quentin Simon's house. Remember, they wanted me to get my lights knocked out and wanted me to get arrested then. And again, we worked with police.
Oh, no, you did not work. Shut your lying a-hole. You didn't work with the police there. You were a nuisance and a hindrance for the police department, Betty. That's why you took off, because they had enough of you and they told you they were done. You weren't doing your antics there no more. That's why you all left. And you know it, because you had no intentions on going anywhere until the police finally had enough of you, which they should have did weeks before that. They should have never let it get to that extreme. That law was always on the books. But you did that in Georgia. You and your little buddies. No one sent Aileen there.
Again, didn't do anything.
She's made that clear. And you can't blame it on Queen, because Queen didn't even know her when she headed down there. Even Laura told the truth on that one. I'll give her that.
Anything wrong. Again, did not break. And again, we worked with police.
You did not.
Again, didn't do anything wrong.
You did so.
Again, did not break the law.
You did.
Again, no reason for them to arrest. So if they did arrest, they would have a huge civil suit.
Okay. Betty, police departments don't care about you threatening to sue them if you get arrested for breaking the law. Get in line and take a number. Okay? In fact, that's going to make things worse for you. So keep doing it. Dolly got arrested because he deserved to be arrested. You people left because you knew you were on the verge of being arrested for trespassing and being a nuisance, because police decided to enact the law that they had on the books. That's why you all cowards packed up and ran off. Because law enforcement was arresting you idiots. Rightfully so.
Dude, because they have to arrest you if you break a law. They cannot just arrest you because somebody wants them to arrest you. Okay? And that's what these people are trying to do. They're like, oh, well, she's not supposed to be there. I can be on public property. Anytime there's a public easement.
Okay, Betty, you better check your public easements, because it's not the same in every state. And from what I understand with Tennessee, you're so far off on the public easement crap. It's not the same as in Florida, just like it's not the same in Ohio or New York. Easement laws are different, Betty, everywhere. And you don't understand the law enough to understand it.
That's owned by the county. You know who owns the county? We the people. Get it?
No, you don't, Betty. It's not like that. You're not a Tennessee resident. You're not a Tennessee taxpayer. You don't own jack shit in Tennessee.
Anything the county owns, doesn't matter whether they're having to maintain it or not. That's county easement. They can do whatever they want with that.
No,
that means
you better check the county easement, asshole. Quit preaching about stuff you don't know nothing about. Because, see, I looked at the county easement. Betty, you're wrong.
that is public property, whether they like it or not. It can be argued in court every single day from Sunday.
No, can't.
We all have to maintain our county easements. All of us. It doesn't change the fact that they're county easements. Even if there's private utilities.
Actually, that's not true. Again, you're lying, Betty. And you know that because you live in Florida. These are county easements. The ditches and stuff, we don't maintain them. The side of the drains along the roads or in our front yards, that's county easements. We don't maintain them. The county does, Betty. I watch them do it all the time. They come. Not only do they come and ride their mowers and chop everything down, but they also spray the mosquito control and stuff like that. But we don't maintain that stuff here in Florida. The county does.
Under there, the county has to acquire that easement to give them the permission to put those private utilities under there. So now that we're a little educated on the law, now you guys understand why
You don't even understand county easements. You don't. You really, truly don't. You know what? I'd like to debate you on county easements. I really would. I really, really would. Because of you, I've been looking into a lot of them. Let's go, Bets.
Allowed to go up to the power poles, which is what I did.
It's
This brilliant device keeps your home cool in summer, even during heat
not
waves and
what
power
you did,
outages.
Betty. And you know it. And she tells on herself if you listen to her.
I will have some
Because she'll
time for
sit
a cup
there
of
and
coffee.
say, the hater channels are doing this. And then she'll sit there and say, but it was a local. So it wasn't the hater channels in the first place. It never was.
You know, I will. I might have some time if you want to reach out to me. I know you're not too far from where I'm at. I won't be able to stay too long. I'm going to rest here. I'm literally going to rest here until it's time for me to leave. Like I'm not leaving out of this, checking out of this hotel until like I'm so exhausted. That's what I told Pam because Pam and Greg they're like, why don't you just follow us
If
back?
you're so tired, why are you live? Why did you open your eyes, sit yourself up, and pop on a live? You didn't even go to the restroom or nothing, you know? You don't have to be live, Betty. I told you your mental health needs a break. I've seen it time and time again. I've worked the medical field my whole life. Betty, you have spiraled. You're not sleeping. And that can really mess with you. But you really need a mental health break. No shade. I'm being dead ass serious. I'm not trying to be funny. It's concerning. Very concerning, Betty.
Florida. And I'm like, honestly, I told him, I said, well, I'd like to meet this subscriber of mine. I said, she's here. And I said, and honestly, I'm so exhausted. I said, I've been running so hard, so long. I said, I'm gonna do my live. After my live, I'm gonna rest. I'm just going to turn the TV on. I'm going to go downstairs, get some breakfast, and I'm just going to rest. I'm gonna rest until 11:30 until it's time for me to leave. And if I can extend it until 12:30, I'll probably stay here until 12:30 because I just want some peace. I just want to rest. My body is just it's dehydrated at this point.
And why are you live complaining? Don't go to the Trump rallies if they're that hard on you. All you do is complain. Hell, we had to listen to you complain about a rally from 2 years ago this morning. Don't go live. Stay in bed. You don't need 7 or 8 lives a day.
Which I got smart water. I've been drinking. I've been trying to get trying to drink some water, rehydrate my body. But honestly, I sweated so much yesterday. I'm surprised that there were some people. The bad part about it is when things get this hot out there, and it happens. We have older people that want to be there, and um, they're fine, for a little while. But over time, especially with some of the elderly people and some of their medications that they take on or they take, can the sun can affect them. The heat can affect them. It can make them dizzy. It can make them delusional. It can make them, just like a lady yesterday, she got so hot. I felt so bad for her. She looked like she was in shock. Like one person had to hold one arm and she's just dazing like straight ahead. And obviously medics were with her and stuff like that. But they always have medics and everything there at the rallies and stuff like that for that specific reason. And I've seen a lot of people, but it's usually elderly people. If you guys ever do go to, and it doesn't matter whether it's for him or for your guy, what side of the aisle, if you ever go to these things and you're there for hours, you guys need to hydrate. Make sure you bring a lot of water with you. You'll have time, yeah, but stay hydrated. Oh, thank you, Marmy.
It was hot. People are having heat waves. Adults know that. They also know what those rallies are like. And usually there's stuff being sold at the rallies. But they also know to bring. Betty, you're not a public service announcement.
Gifted a Bullhorn Betty membership too. Oh, that was so sweet. Thank you. God bless you. I think was an arranged call by content creator. He didn't have to disguise his voice. I think he just does stuff to make people talk. Like he's an idiot. Chris Proudfoot is a freaking idiot. Okay, the guy is not right. Okay, he's not. He is educated, but not highly educated. Okay, he probably one of the people that his personality reminds me of one of these guys. He is not. Chris Proudfoot is a freaking idiot. Okay, the guy is not right. Okay, he's not. He is educated, but not highly educated. Okay,
How the hell You don't know anything about this man or his education. Betty, you're not highly educated. You're edumacated out of a Cracker Jack box. Edumacated. Not educated. Edumacated. Who the hell are you? You don't know nothing about this man. You have no idea what he's done in his life, education wise or job wise. You don't. He's making some good damn money, Betty, for not being edumacated. Like, you're edumacated. And yes, I'm saying edumacated on purpose. He makes a lot more money than you do. He got a bigger, nicer house, newer, nicer car, nice camper. I mean, I think he's doing the thing. He's doing it. You jealous? You are supposed to be so highly educated. And here you are, begging your subs for money. Your education did you well, didn't it?
He probably one of the people that his personality reminds me of one of these guys that when he was studying for his test, he had to go lock himself in his room and have complete silence and like literally read things over and over again for it to comprehend for him. And that's just it's for some people it's like that, and it's because of their learning disability. But I believe that that's kind of
What?
he's not really book smart, and I don't.
Betty, you don't know this man. You know nothing about him. And I bet you he reads a whole book. Not like you. You read the first page in the preface, and you think you know the book. That made you, your words, not mine, made you an expert in body language because you read that first page. You don't know nothing about this man. And none of this has anything to do with Sebastian being missing. None of it. It's nothing but drama for you for the clicks and views. Because if you don't do it, Betty, you're not going to keep these numbers you're getting. And you know it. You're only getting these numbers because of all the shenanigans you're doing every day, 7-8 times a day. As soon as you stop, guess what? Poof! Them numbers are goners. And you know that. You've never had numbers like this. Ever.
I don't really think he's all that street smart, but he is
She knows nothing about this.
manipulative, and I think that's helped him a long way. I think his
You mean like you tried to be very manipulative. Oh, I can't even talk. Manipulative. See, I can't talk this morning. You very tried to do. You do. You're not. It special. Well, some people that are brainless get manipulated by you, but most, if they do, it's temporary. And then there's those that, it says out of order.
his him being so manipulative has really helped and not only that, but we're hearing that like even his Navy his time in the Navy, like he was forced to do that. It was either that or he was going to jail. That's what I've been hearing. Now that still needs to be corroborated as well, which I will be corroborating.
You will not be cooperating it because it's not your fucking business. And you're not going to get military records, Betty, because they are not your business. And it has nothing to do with Sebastian being missing. And there's nothing wrong with him going in the military. Regardless, he went in, he did several years, Betty. What'd your ass do? Sit at home and put the vets down. That's what you do. You don't help our veterans. You hurt our veterans. You do.
Somebody knows something from his past. Somebody knows something from his past. I just need to find
It doesn't. Leave him alone and quit digging in this man's life. Because you're not going to put out the truth anyway. All you do is put out lies. Leave this man alone. This is what I mean. She's not going to stop until the Proudfoots go after her legally and the Bower Sox. She's not. That is how Betty works. That is Betty.
Why is Kathy Bowersox posting a Terry Bowersox Sam's Club receipt? Didn't make sense. Anyone in the family could have walked in and used his card. I know this day and age, anybody can use anybody's
Oh
card.
my God. See, her audience is just as bad as her. Now he's just going to hand his bank card to whomever and have them go in there and make the purchases. All the while he's sitting there in his car. What are these people? What the hell? That's the parking lot he came out of. Are you freaking kidding me? The stupidity is astounding.
Our money's not safe. You notice they keep getting they protect our money, but they make it so easy to steal. I've never understood that. Oh, thank you, Nick.
Hey, time traveler.
Yeah, I'm growing it out. I decided, like, when did I decide? My audience was,
Yes,
what is it,
you
6
did.
months ago? I had just got my hair done. I said I'm just getting tired of the blonde, and I said I've never, I was going to dye it
Hey,
like a
Thompson
brown,
girl.
and then I'm like, you know what? I know I'm getting gray
T-Ma, did I catch you? I don't know.
and stuff. I want to see what my gray looks like. So, it's kind of blending in with the blonde a little bit, unless you get in the back. The back's a lot darker.
Hey, Ava. Trying to see to make sure I catch everybody. Hey, Daisy. Rallies are generally government psychops. Yeah, I don't attend them. Hey, Mona Lisa.
So
Hey.
you can see the line a lot darker back there than you can, because I'm more salt and pepper up at the top up here than I am in the back. The back I'm still dark brown.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just waiting for it all to get down, the blonde to get out long enough that I can just cut the rest of the blonde.
So you've actually been listening to what Crimes and Fashion and even I've said and others have said about your hair. Finally listening, Betty.
Out of my hair. And I'm just going to go natural for a little while until I get sick of being natural.
Hey, White
I go
Angel.
through these phases, but I've never had hair color one color before, for this length of time before.
She lived here in Manatee County all of her life and has 0 friends. I've lived here over 50 years and still have friends from grade school.
I only did that because, everybody was making fun of my hair, and it's like, screw you. If you're making fun of my hair, I'm going to keep doing it, right? Give you something to talk about. Let you know I don't give.
So you thought by killing your hair, destroying your hair, that was getting at the people that were making comments about your hair? How is that getting at them? You kept doing it and killed your own hair, you dumbass, despite someone else. Do you realize what you just said? Listen to what she just said.
Color before, for this length of time before. I only did that because, everybody was making fun of my hair, and it's like, screw you. If you're making fun of my hair, I'm going to keep doing it, right? Give you something to talk about.
So she destroyed her own hair to spite others. What? Girl, you need help. I'm going to go add some tags to my description. You need help. Seek help, Betty. You literally just sat there and said you knowingly destroyed your own hair to spite other people's comments. Oh my gosh.
Let you know I don't give a rat's ass about what you're saying.
This can't be.
So
real.
I kept the blonde a lot longer than I would have ever normally kept my blonde. And then it became synonymous with Bullhorn Betty, the little blonde girl, the Bullhorn. Right.
You've never been called the little blonde girl. Your hair's sadly, Betty. I don't like to go on anyone's looks, and I'm not much for it. But your hair's always looked like shit. I gotta be honest here, Betty. It has. And you match up the worst hair extensions you can find. You're not little. That's not one word I'd describe you, Betty. Let's face it, we're older women and menopause puts the pounds on. It really does help to put the pounds on. Hence why I'm back on keto shakes. You should try them, Betty. They actually work. Now I just got to get another bicycle so I can start riding my bike again. Since, an idiot like you that likes to be on their phone while they're driving hit me and destroyed my bike and took off. So it leaves it up to me to replace it, because of people like you that have to be on your phones when you're driving.
So now I'm just I
No,
want
we're
and I'm
gonna get
almost
dressed
through the
and
helmet phase. I
go to the
think I'm going through the
store.
helmet phase pretty good. If you guys don't know what the helmet phase is, it's when you look like you got a helmet on the back
Oh,
of
he's
your
nice.
head, right on the crown of your head. So I'm getting that. So I don't know. I'll be following up on Sebastian. I got some emails. I got majorly behind. Oh, excuse me. I'm so exhausted. I got majorly behind in the emails, and I keep saying I'm gonna catch
No,
up, and I
I'm
do
almost
respond
done,
with some.
hon.
Oh, hey, Dumplin', it's
Yeah,
nice to see. And nice to see you. I love the hair. Keep it growing. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I am. But I am going to cut it. Once I get that, once it gets long enough where I can cut the blonde out without it
I've
looking
heard
like
enough
too
about her hair.
like just white here. And then as it grows, it starts darkening up. It's like I don't know what's wrong with like my hair. It's
No, it's
weird.
not, Betty.
It's
It's not darkening up as it grows. It's the new growth coming out, pushing the old growth out, Betty. The new growth coming out is all gray and white. Welcome to reality, honey. Oh my God.
weird, but it is what it is. It is what it is. When I got my first gray hair, I got a gray hair. She said, "Don't be 15," but it was really, really young. I got like 100,000. Well, maybe it's I don't know, but it's true. Once you pull one out, three more grow back. Okay, I don't.
Did you know that
She's
drinking this
really
Costa
crying about
Rican
a couple
tea is the
gray
fastest
hairs.
way to lose weight? And of course, getting the body you deserve.
Missing without calling his parents to see if they have him. That tells me oh, you're right, Black Hawk. A lot of people said that. Like why didn't she call
This
Chris? Why didn't she call Seth?
this Black Hawk comes around into a lot of our chats and always has things to say. Tried to go after truth, not feelings, and it didn't work. Hey, time traveler. I don't know if I said hey, but I'm saying hey again. Pretty much, I'm over this. this lady, this lady, world deal needs mental health, and her entire on her subs encourage that crazy. Yeah, they do. They feed into it. They believe her, and they push her buttons. They know how to feed her to keep her going. You're so right on that.
And say, hey, did you talk to our son or anything? She never called Seth. She never called Seth that morning.
I believe there's a reason why Chris had to be the go-to between them two. By the behaviors I've seen from Seth, I totally understand that. I totally get it. Sorry, but I do. But of course, you're that tunnel rat in that tunnel and you can't see.
At all. As a matter of fact, it was Chris that called Seth. It was Chris that called
We
Seth.
know that. So he got a call regardless. It doesn't matter if it was the Tin Man. Someone called him. I could totally get why Katie wouldn't. With Seth's behavior, yeah, I can totally get why Katie wouldn't.
Seth and said, don't be mad. Sebastian's missing. Don't be mad.
Don't be mad.
Don't be mad. Don't be
I'm not
mad.
sure if those were the words used. I don't believe anything that these people say. It at that point, you're not. I can't. I can't.
Mad. That's an odd statement to
That's,
make for a missing child.
you're an odd statement.
You know? All right, guys. I know this is going to be a short live. We're gonna get to talking. I promise we're gonna get to talking before I leave here today. I'm going
He
to do
still
another
hasn't
live.
left that bed.
We're going to sit here for an hour, but I want to get down. I want to get some breakfast in my belly. I'm starving and I need some coffee. So I'm going to go downstairs and get some breakfast, and then when I get back up here, I'm going to rest for a little bit. But I'm thinking, what time is it? 7. I'm thinking by 10 we'll do an hour acquainted with the Sebastian Rogers case, since I've been out of loop for at least a day. Actually, it's been longer than a day, because even when I was driving,
Betty, you haven't been out of loop, and there's no changes. There's no develop. There's no new nothing. You're milking and exploiting this case. Give it a break.
around and doing my I can't do research when I'm, except for the topics that I'm covering. So there's that.
Research.
All right, guys,
That's
I need to.
funny.
Oh, good gracious! I'm worn out. I'm worn out. So I'm gonna go downstairs. I'm gonna grab me something to eat, and then I'm gonna get some rest, and then I'll be back around 10:30, right before I pack up and get out of here. And then, love it if you want to get a hold of me. That I was thinking So I'll just suggestions of where we can meet for like coffee, like. So, all right, guys, I love you.
All right, that's it. Oh my God, this woman is beyond freaking delusional. She is beyond freaking delusional. I it's so distorted. Her mind is so distorted. Her whole reality, it's crazy. Her own mama don't fool with her. Her mama put a TRO on her. When a mama turns their back when you're on their child, to me, red flags to me about that person. Yeah, yeah, because that happened. That's fact. She's headed back to Tennessee, but I thought the other night she had started saying, well, maybe I won't go back and I'll just go home to get the puppy, use the puppy as her excuse. But I think she's seen that nobody bought that and didn't run with it and didn't encourage her to go ahead and get her puppy instead. So she really, in her mind, in her distorted mind, thinks she has no choice but to go back to Tennessee. Because what the hell was she doing 4 months later? Oh, she confirmed that Chris wasn't at work at 5:15. She did not confirm that. 4 months ago, that job site was in a whole different phase. She confirmed nothing. She got no new info. She created, manufactured drama to get the numbers, to get people to watch because she couldn't get the response from Chris and Katie and the Bauer Sox she wanted. So she created some. She only put flyers where they really shouldn't have been. She could have really put those flyers in other areas that would have been beneficial. Putting them at the Bauer Sox home or at the Proudfoots home is just trying to get a response, to poke at them. Just a clown for us to laugh at. Yeah, she is. And then later, can a person be banned from a state? I don't know, Hope. That's an interesting question. I don't know. Stay the F out of this state because you causing drama for no damn reason. Exactly. If she wants to get Tennessee residents to overthrow their government, I'm actually legitimately concerned. She's so delusional and mentally unwell that this is becoming dangerous. Who knows what she'll pull next? Exactly. Betty, like I said, Betty, according to her, is going through her worst breakup from Little Papa ever. She just loves him and Little Papa and that fork. And she can't let go of that fork. That fork is almighty important. I don't know. I don't want to know what they did with that fork, but it's mighty important to her. And she really missing Little Papa. She can't get herself a new Little Papa. So, and then Betty has got free reign in the case with a parent standing beside her to do it. She's never had that before. And she's went to lows that I didn't even think were possible because I thought she'd already done all the lows. Mm-mm. Betty never disappoints. She always finds a new lowest of lows to stoop to. Oh, what went down with BJ last night? I missed it, but hearing it was a complete shit show. Okay, when I came in on it, I went into Jones's. I like going into Jones's. She's funny. Yeah, had some good times in her chat. Um, Brittany was talking shit, in her chat. Her chat is off the chains too. So Joneson took a peek. Brittany was live doing her drama, and Joneson took a peek, and Joneson went in and put and typed in chat. I mean, she a question. She wasn't like going in there stirring things up or jumping on Brittany or anything or anybody. They were going after a sub who tries to stay neutral, that likes to go to all the different channels, but really does just try to stay out of it all. And I've seen this person around, so I can say from what I've seen, they have. So she got all bent out of shape like Brittany does because Joneson was playing the audio, not showing it, and it was just a minute of it. So she got all pissed off because of what was going on in her chat and that Joneson was doing that. So she rage quit, like always, just quit. Then she fired up another live, and I don't know if she rage quitted that one and started another one and put it under members only. But I have it. I have it. A lot of people have it. Brittany, come on, you're not that clever. It's come on, really. You know it's getting recorded, but because it's under members only, I may just play some of the audio later. Um, I'm sure others will be playing it. I just don't want to show the actual video because she did put it under members only. But yeah, she writes quit as usual. And it was, and her chat was off the chains, man. Her chat is awful. They attack people, they don't stop, they fuel her. She listens to everything they put in their comments and runs with it. And she was being lied to. It was funny. There's only 16 states that allow a person to be banned. Now in Tennessee, certain counties can ban a person out of a county, but I haven't seen a person banned from Tennessee state as a whole. Interesting. Yeah, she quit. She always rage quits. She always rage quits. I heard on Granny's watching this morning, someone said in chat, Seth was up there speaking about, yeah, he was. He was there. It was gross. It was gross. That's why I'm going to re listen to it. I know others are going to play it because a lot of people have it. But yeah, Seth was off the chain. Yeah, he was. It was it was bad. That's why I want to play it before I play it the audio. Um, he bashed nurses. I don't go over there because I know I have no filter, especially when she pisses me off. Yep, I'm blocked. All you got to do is ask a question, and she blocks you. And the uncle guy, real creepy, real creepy. Yes, total creep vibe. Yep, Sebastian is lost in all this mess. It's sick. It's sick. Yes, that is creepy too. I said that from the get go. Red flags. Red flags for me. Red flags. But I'm gonna either way, I will be live tonight. If I can get with the creator from TikTok and it fits on her schedule, because I know she's working today too. So I'm gonna come back live with her and oh guys, what I'm gonna play you, you're you might actually be shocked on these YouTube streets. The stuff that Tony has been behind with his mod squad of goons over on TikTok is unbelievable. And it's all because someone had proof that Tony and Seth threatened her. And because she disagreed with Seth, is what started it all. The threats came after, but she disagreed with Seth. It's crazy what went on. I'm hoping I can get both videos to show you the parts of yeah. But it's gonna hopefully it'll work. If not, I'll get with her tomorrow, whatever fits her schedule. Because I don't have to worry about that. She's working her job. I'm at home. So, but hopefully we can do it tonight. If not, we'll do the Britney stream. But by then you'll probably hear it from everybody and be sick of hearing it. It's just I don't feel comfortable playing it right now without reviewing it again because I didn't watch it all to make sure because there was some things I just want to make sure before I play it. Where I need to skip. But I'm not skipping the parts about Seth. I am not. Nope, I am not. He shouldn't have put it out there if he didn't want no one to know about it. But probably by then you'll probably hear it. I don't know how many times. But if not, I'll play it. But yeah, I'm gonna message. And I'm not gonna tell you who the creator is until I put my thumbnail up. But she's tell it like it is, and she does her work, man. She does her research. She does, and like I said, she knows she's a TikToker. She knows she's been in the throes of all this, so she knows, what's what. But the videos we're gonna play you speak for themselves. What they did was disgusting, and it's not the first time they've done it with Tony. It's not the first time. It's multiple times. The doxing of people, the going after people's kids, families. Yeah. So hopefully it'll be tonight, but I will put up the thumbnail in plenty of time. As soon as I get a message back from her to confirm. Oh, thank you, Beer Can. Um, and like I said, if not, then we'll do. I got other thing. I got a backup just in case. Um, I'm glad Chris and Katie have kept it together and not played into this. Yeah, yeah, me too. Yeah, I'm sure they are. All these frivolous ass calls, wasting how many manpower hours? That's insane. Help find Sebastian. Putting BS narratives doesn't help Sebastian. Making false claims that the parents did it doesn't help Sebastian. Like, none of this helps bring him home. It sure doesn't. I need to get going. I'll see you later. Okay, Hope. You have a good rest of your Saturday. I'll message you. You be good. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do. No, do it, because then you'll have fun. Don't listen to me. But thank you, Hope. Thank you for modding. Thank you for being here. Yeah, it is his stories, Bryson. His stories. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Can someone drop Chico's link in the chat, please, too? Whenever there's a mod in here and you have a channel, please put your link in the chat. Chico does some good coverage. I mean, you get facts over there and you have real conversations. And I enjoy her content, and I just enjoy Chico. She's a good person. But it's comfortable over there. You can talk, it's like real talk. It's not this bullshit. Thank you, J Dog. Thank you, thank you. And guys, don't forget to hit that like button. If you're not subbed up, sub up. But I'm gonna get off here because I'm gonna be coming back, which is I've only done this a couple times, so kicks your butt to do too. But yeah, I just wanted to do that Betty thing real quick. But I will be back tonight, and it's going to be a good show. But thank you all. Thank you, mods. Thank you for the gifted memberships. And just thank you guys for all your support. I appreciate you. See you on these YouTube streets.